Hi, fourth grade. Today you're getting your drawings back. If you did not finish your portrait, you're going to put the mirror back in front of you and you're going to finish all your features. Make sure you have 2 eyes, nose, mouth, everything kind of lines up with the guidelines. If you had hair over your ears, you would draw it that way. My ears would be, remember, eyebrows to the bottom of the nose. What I'm going to show you today is how to put value into your portraits. You saw a slideshow about the lights and darks of things. Instead of coloring these, we are going to add value. So one thing that you can do to make something shade is to go darker with your pencil, but you can also kind of color things in. So let's say my hair has darker areas. I can go back in and look at where the darks and lights are and kind of blend it. It adds in the darks into those gray tones to give it a little bit more depth. So you can see that I kind of drew it in and I'm blending it with my finger. At the end of class, you'll have time to wash your fingers off, but anything that overlaps, you can kind of cast a shadow. Now, if I were to color something completely in and I didn't want it to be there, or I wanted it to show a highlight where the light is hitting it, a lot of times at the top of your head this happens, you could go back in and you can pull those highlights out with an eraser. Now at your table you have a couple different pink erasers, and some erasers might be on the pencils, but you can see I kind of added those highlights. Wherever something would cast a shadow, you have to think about where that shadow would be, and looking in the mirror will help. You can give what I call little hash marks with your pencil very lightly. See, my chin is going to cast a shadow over my neck, so automatically my neck is going to be a little bit darker in a skin tone. So I just put the shadow in there, and then I blend with my finger. And then if you blend too much and it gets all smeary, you can always go back and clean it up. Where your lips overlap, your lips are darker than your skin color, so you're going to then put in the pencil lines. You can even go in and add in the curvature of your lip. And then you would blend it, trying to stay within the line so it doesn't look all messy. And then wherever the light would reflect off of it, you might even see a highlight. So you might even go back in and give your mouth a little highlight. You can see I erased it there. So it kind of makes them look a little bit three-dimensional. Your lips cast a shadow over your chin. One thing that you want to do is color in your nostrils because the light isn't really getting in there. You might also put a little bit of shading underneath the nose where it kind of comes out from your face. Alongside your nose, you'd put diagonal lines and then use your finger to blend. You would also have shadow a little bit underneath here where your eye kind of goes in, and you can round it on the cheeks. You want to shade in your eye color, your iris. Now we're not using color, but your eyes are darker than the white. You also usually have a ring of color around the edge. I'm also leaving a little white circle showing the reflection from the lights. If you look in the mirror, you'll see a little bit of white, and that will be the reflection. It makes it look a little bit more realistic. You might even see the creases of your eyes. If at this point you want to put in eyelashes, usually you can only see a little bit of the edge. They swoop up. Right down here, your hair is going to be even darker because it is being shadowed by the other hair. Now your hair is full of darks and lights the way that the light hits it, so you want to kind of blend it. And then you can pull out some highlights by erasing some stripes back into it. So you can see how I pulled out the eraser marks. And then don't forget to add lots of lines because your hair is many, many hairs, which are lines. They're lines of string of protein of hair that grows out of your head. So we got 1/2 done. You can see that it's starting to look a little bit more three-dimensional. You can take the gray that's on your finger and give yourself a hint of a line here and a line here. I only see a hint because you're young and you don't have wrinkles or deep creases there yet, but it will show that your cheeks are a little bit forward. You can see it kind of looks like I have cheeks now. Not that this is necessarily a picture of me. And then shading where anything is overlapping. So once I get the other side of my hair done, I might look at the shirt and how my shirt lays. Maybe there's stitching and detail along the edge. Maybe I have more of a shadow here, or the way that the shadow casts from my hair onto what I'm wearing would be blended. So today you are adding value by adding lights and darks to your portrait with pencil only. You are learning about looking at what you see, drawing what you see, observational drawing. Portraiture is one of those things. Do your best, blend, and then we will wash hands at the end. Thank you for listening so well.